Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got another Prize Picks video for you. We want to wish you a happy new year. It's January 1st. We've got 8 games we're going to be covering today. We're actually going to be skipping the Knicks and the Timberwolves game because it starts, by the time this video gets out, it'll be relevant for like an hour. So we want to give you some plays you can mix and match over the next few hours before the night window of games starts. But before we get into that, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen and they'll double your first deposit up to $100. They're just going to match whatever you put on. So if you deposit the full 100, you'll get $200 to play with. Just use our code, they will hook you up. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. We will be running, this is our daily show. We will be running our night show again, starting tonight. And we hit that every time that there is any sort of NBA or NFL going on. And so those are like videos that come out at like 2 a.m. when we try to catch value early. So just make sure you're subscribed and you have your notifications on, and you'll be notified as soon as our videos drop. And yeah, we're going to do a recap real fast before we jump into today's picks. This was for the 30th, the 31st.
Yeah, 31st.
Yeah, this is for yesterday, the 31st. Okay, yeah, so we just did the night video. Somewhat of a limited board, but I did actually like what I was getting into. If I'm honest, I was a little bit nervous about Jordy's picks, but Jordy Jackpot showed up and just crushed it. I just get nervous about 3-pointer props, and you had 2 in there, and I was like, I'm always going to support you because I trust you, but
Right.
and I locked them in, so I thank you for that. But anyways, mine didn't do as well. I had taken Jalen Williams for over 1.5 blocks and steals. He's been doing this in so many games, and I actually got a little bit faked out at the very end. I was watching, and I had this play in a lot of plays. I had this in a play with some demons for football, and I needed him to just get one more block or steal to cash like a 50x. And I was watching the football game, and I was also watching just like the recap where you can read what's going on. And I saw like within the last minute it said like Jalen Williams block and gets the ball or whatever. And I got all excited and I kept refreshing Prize Picks, and it was like their other Jalen Williams. They've got like the J Dub and then the J Williams, so they've got 2 Jalen Williams, and it was the other guy who got the last block at the end. So it faked me out. It kind of sucked. But so yeah, he ended up just going for 1. So we missed there. Yusuf Nurkic, he ended up going over his rebounds. We took him for 10.5. He ended up going for 13. And then De'Aaron Fox, we took him for over 10.5 rebounds and assists. I felt really good about this. I was going into this slate thinking like, well, at least I got a couple that I feel really good about, and De'Aaron Fox was one of them. And he ended up not getting anything because Sabonis was just snagging everything. Sabonis went for 21 rebounds and 12 assists. De'Aaron ended up just going for 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and De'Aaron also went 9 of 23 from the field goal, from the floor. So not a good outing for him. But yeah, you want to get into your plays?
Yeah. So I taken Jalen Johnson for over 2.5 assists, and I was talking about Jalen Johnson, and I was like, yeah, his points are set at 16. That's a little too high, and his rebounds are pretty high. I think he ended up going for 20 rebounds and 20 points or something.
Did he go for 20?
I think so.
Rebounds?
He went for a lot. And but he went for 4 assists, so he cashed on the assist part. And he hit that pretty early, which I was stoked about. And then we took Chet Holmgren to go over 1.5 3-points made. And he had 0 going into the halftime, so I was a little nervous. And then he cashed 3 right out the gates coming into the second half, so we cashed for over that 1.5 mark. And then we also took DeJounte Murray for over 2.5 3-pointers made. And he was teasing me for a little bit. He had 2 until like the fourth quarter, and then he banged the last one in the fourth quarter. So we cashed on all 3 of those.
Yeah, man, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
That's why you want to mix and match, especially when we give you guys 6. We've got a lot of people that do mix and match, and like we always say, take the ones you feel most comfortable with. Don't just lock in whatever we're doing. Take our research and make your own decisions, and And a lot of times, especially when we're given 6, like it pays off to just mix and match these into some smaller slips just to hedge your bets. But
I was gonna say too, I think there's like I think people have done the math on it, and there's like literally like a 10% chance to hit on a 6-play parlay. So it's like, don't rage out when you don't hit on 6. 6 is pretty hard sometimes. So that's like, when we're giving you guys 6, we're giving you ones we feel really good about, but it's really hard to hit on 6, right? So it's like, of course we're not gonna get it right every time, but the nights we do, they're pretty big. So
yeah, and the reason we like playing 6s ourselves is because of the volume aspect of it and the insurance aspect of it. On a flex play, you get a little bit of your money back even if you only go for 4. Like in this case, you know, if you played all 6 of these, you didn't lose all of your money, you got a little bit of it back. And then you double up if you hit 5. I know it's not as exciting as hitting 6, but even if that's the truth and 10% of the time the 6-man's hit, that means 1 out of every 10 you're cashing, if that's truly a statistic. And if you're getting paid 25x, you're in the green, even if you're hitting it 10% of the time. So that's why we know like everyone should play the way they want to. Some guys like to put a lot of money down on like 2-man slips, and if that's your thing, go for it. We're more of a volume play, and we like playing these single unit 6-mans for the most part. But we mix it up, depending on the plays we like, but just have fun with it. That's the most important thing. But that is part of the reason we like the 6-mans, is just the insurance aspect of it. You don't have to hit all 6 of them. I love the flex play. So, all right, let's get into these plays. To get us started, I'm going to be going back to the rebounds and assists category. And I like Donovan Mitchell today. 11.5 rebounds and assists. I'm going to take him for more. And let's take a look at this over under. So we have a 227.5 over under, with the Raptors favored by 2.5. And RJ Barrett is a game time decision for this game. I think that they're just kind of try to see if they can get him in the mix soon enough, but I, for one, am excited to see what RJ does as a Raptor. I think it's going to be a fun fit with the way their team's already designed. Him and Scotty could be a lot of fun, I think. But I also, just as a fan of the game, I tend to get a little excited whenever I see trades go down. So it'll be make it a little bit interesting. If we hop over to Outlier here and we take a look at what Donovan's been doing in his last 5 games, he's hit this 3 out of his last 5. And I believe he's hit it 6 out of his last 10. So he's kind of like staying within that range, of the 60%. And the matchup here is really good for him, though. We've got Toronto, who also is, dealing with a little bit of a roster change at the moment, and maybe have to take a couple games to get the chemistry going. It makes me want to take a lot of Scotty, even though he let us down a couple days ago. I still believe, he had a cold start, but he still ended up cashing, or he didn't end up cashing. He ended up coming close to cashing that fantasy score we took. But anyways, back to Donovan. This matchup here against the Raptors, they're 24th in assists allowed, and they are 14th in rebounds allowed. So we like where that is headed. And then we still have Darius Garland out, Evan Mobley out. So that actually does play into a lot of his assists with Garland out and his rebounds with Mobley out. And Donovan's just that athletic shooting guard, like the dude he's super athletic. So he can get up there and get some boards as we've seen him do before. So I'm going to be taking him for more. Let's hop over to Daily Grind, take a look what they're saying about this play. So for the rebounds and assists, they have it third from the top currently, at 53.48% to go over. Their odds are at a -136, but we have BetMGM at a -140, DK at a -135. So this is kind of like looking like everybody's kind of seeing what we're seeing here and liking this to go over. So that's going to be our first play. And our next play, I got to shout out Consul. He put me on this yesterday, or maybe the day before, last couple days, but we're doing some live builds in the voice chat, and we started talking about Jalen Duren and how he's been really turning it up lately, especially in the rebounding category. And so that made me want to check on him today, and I liked where this line's at. So I'm going to be taking Jalen Duren's points and rebounds for more than 25.5. He has been a rebounding machine. He can put some points up too. So we're going to be taking him for more. Let's take a look at this over under. By the way, Consol's one of our analysts in our Discord. Dude's awesome. He's always down to do voice chat and whatnot and help build out slips. If you're ever interested in checking out our Discord, there's a link in the description of the video. All right, so we got an over under of 227.5 with the Rockets favored by 9. So we do have blowout risk here. But like we talked before, the Pistons have a lot to prove right now. They have their pride on the line, and they have been stepping it up in their last couple games where they were set to just get destroyed. They sent it to overtime with Boston in their last game. And I'm trying to remember who they played last, but they were favored to lose, and they ended up winning the game. I'm just blanking right now on who they were playing last, but we will see it here in just a moment when we hop into Outlier. Toronto. Yeah, they were favored to lose that game. And the dude went nuts against Toronto, 18 points, 17 rebounds. His rebounds are set super high. That's why I want to get the points too, even though the matchup's a little bit tricky against Houston. He's still, he's been consistently getting into the double digits with his points. Like we can see here, he's hit this 100% of the time in his last 5 games. And he's gone 7 of 10, over 7 times out of his last 10 games. So 70% over a 10 game span and 100% over a 5 game span. So we like what we're seeing here. And we have Houston 17th in rebounds allowed and second in points allowed. Let's see how they're looking against the center specifically. So even tighter. I know Şengün is a beast, 7th in rebounds allowed, 3rd in points allowed. But I still do like him to get this done. I don't think this line is set too high, and the dude has just been a monster. If he can get 10 or 12 points, maybe 12, 14 points tonight, I think that he gets this done because I think the rebounds he will get up there and get them. Let me see. I don't know. Let me just type this in real fast on DG. So yeah, Daily Grind has this favored to go over as well at 51.35%. They have it at a -124. It's not as juiced as the Donovan Mitchell play, but we still have BetMGM at -120. It's still leaning in the right direction, which just kind of confirms the narrative we have here for him going over. And so yeah, these are the two that I'm going to be rolling with. I like both of these. If you guys don't like them, just fade them. Go with your gut always. But yeah, I'm going to be taking Donovan Mitchell over 11.5 rebounds and assists, and Jalen Duren over 25.5 points rebounds. What do you got for us, Jordy?
Yeah, man. So to get into mine here, I really like that Jalen Duren play. That dude's been on a heater. But I'm gonna be going with a rebounds prop to get me started. And I'm gonna say this now. Both of my picks, you guys probably aren't gonna like because they're not favored, but I really like them. They're not like juiced heavy to go over, but I think honestly they have a really good chance of. This Jared Allen play was super juiced to go over at just 11, and it's at 11.5 now. So they were expecting a push or higher, but I like him to go over this because of what he's been doing lately. I like him to go over 11.5 rebounds. He's only done this in 4 out of his last 10 games, but he's gone over it in 3 out of his last 5. So I'm just going to focus on this here. They're playing against Toronto tonight, so they're going to need obviously him to pull down more than double-digit boards. He's going to have to pull down double-digit boards in this game. They're ranked 22 against centers in rebounding actually, so we've got a little bit of juice there. Jakob Poeltl isn't the best offensive defensive rebounder, so I think Jared Allen's gonna have an easy time getting this done tonight. They're giving up 12.5, and Jared Allen's been on a heater in those last 3 games. I mean, 23 against Dallas, he went for 12 against Milwaukee, so that's a really good rebounding team, and he went for 12 there. I just like this play a lot. He's getting upwards to 40 minutes. He played 40 minutes against Milwaukee. I think he's gonna have to play a lot tonight against Toronto to be able to help him out in this matchup. And I think this is going to be a competitive game. Let me just pull up real quick the lines here. Let's see. So if you look at the game line here, we got a 227.5 over under with only a 2.5 point favorite to Toronto. So really close game they're expecting here, and I totally agree. I think it's going to be a fun one, and I can't wait to get some stocks in this game here. So I'm going to be taking Jarrett Allen for over his 11.5 rebounds, and I'm not even going to bother pulling up DG on these because they're not juiced. Some people do have this one juiced, like it is a minus 120 in some places. I think DG actually had it like, I'll just pull it up real quick on here. Let's see what they got it at. So for his rebounds, it's juiced for the under now at 11.5, but I don't see that happening. I'm just gonna roll with my gut on this one and take the over. So I'm taking that one, and then for my last play here, I'm going with a points prop, and I'm going with Malik Beasley. His points have just been set really, really low lately, and 11.5 for a guy who's shooting like him, I think he can get it done against Indiana. Now, if you look at the over-under on this game, we got a 261 over-under with an 8.5 point favorite to the Milwaukee Bucks. So I think Malik's going to have to be a big part of that. He's gone over this in 5 out of 10 games. He's kind of been streaky lately, but I think in this game he's going to be able to get it done. They've been giving him a ton of minutes. I mean, he's getting 30 minutes a game, and he's averaging 8.6 field goal attempts, shooting 50%. So as long as he can just hit his averages on 3-point shooting and field goals, we'll be okay. He'll get this done. I mean, he's shooting 6.1 3-point attempts and making 42% of them. So, making 3 threes a game and then getting a little bit of 2s thrown in there, I think he'll be okay. I think he'll get it done for us. It's a pretty easy matchup for him too. If you look at the matchup shooting guard wise, they're giving up 27.2 points a game. They're ranked 15th against shooting guards. So he's got a pretty decent matchup ahead of him here. This one's kind of just 50-50. A lot of people have it like a minus 105, so it's not super juiced, but it's just a play I like. A huge over under. The shooters are going to shoot, right? So it's like you got to just kind of trust these guys sometimes. And Malik Beasley's done it over and over and over again for us. So with his points being set so low, I just like the points to go over in this matchup. So like I said, not super juice picks on my end, but I like them a lot, and I think they have a good shot. So that's what I've got.
Yeah, man, I love both of those plays. I can't believe that over under. It just updated to 261. I don't know if it was at 261.5 when you just checked it, but
261.
Okay, yeah, 261. That's
huge.
Beautiful.
I think it's that's what we've seen this year.
I think so, man. And the Bucks are number 1 in scoring, and the Pacers are number 2. The Pacers had been number 1 all year, and the Bucks overtook them like a week ago or so. So the 2 highest scoring teams in the game, that's what we look for when we're taking scoring props. So I love that Malik Beasley play. He's going to have to help, if they're going to keep up and win this game. That's going to be a fun one. But all right, guys. And then also, I was going to say you may have mentioned this, but with the Jarrett Allen play, we got Mobley out,
Yeah,
so
it's like he's their only guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun, guys. We hope you have a great first day of the year. We're looking forward to really building momentum and continuing to just do what we do, but we want to keep getting better. We want to get some sweeps going for the NBA. It's been tricky lately, but it's a new year. We're ready to get things rolling. So we appreciate you guys. Again, I forgot to mention it, but if you don't mind helping us out, if you appreciate what we're doing, if you could like the video, it just helps us expand our reach and kind of just pushes us up into the algorithm. We appreciate you guys. And if you're interested in checking out the Daily Grind Fantasy Tools, we partnered up with them, so they're giving all of our viewers 25% off of any of their tools that you want to subscribe to. It's for new users only. But if you want to check that out, just use code BACKDOOR and they will hook you up with 25% off of any of their tools. And there's a link in the description of the video if you want to check that out too. Other than that, come hang with us in Discord, and we will catch you guys in the next video.
Good luck, guys.